Hello, I'm Sandra McKinley, and today we are going to be going over property management responsibilities as an agent, and then also the payment structure for agents. If any of you have any questions, please feel free to reach out and contact me directly. Okay, so beginning with the property management responsibility as an agent. As an agent, well, first of all, let me explain what property management is. So, in property management, it's very much different than having a rental listing, because in property management, we take care of the property in the owner's behalf. And as a company, we also collect rents. We do walkthroughs of the property when the tenant takes possession of the property or prior to possession of the property. We also are responsible for doing a walkthrough of the condition of the property after when the tenant is getting ready to vacate or leave the property. So basically, we do everything. We pay the property owner's utility bills as well in behalf of the owner, and so that's the general idea. So basically, we watch the property for the owner. We occupy the units with tenants. We screen the tenants and make sure, look at their past rental history, talk with previous property owners where the tenants have previously lived, and we qualify the tenants to make sure that we put good quality tenants to live in the properties that are owned by the property owner. So it's a huge responsibility, much more work than listing a property for rent. Okay, so if you feel that this is something that you would be interested in doing, please contact me and we can work something out. Next, I'm going to be going over the property manager's responsibility. So basically, the agent would be considered the property manager for the given property. So for example, if you find a person that wants to do property management and you're actively seeking for property owners because you want to work in property management, then you have them sign a property management agreement. It is different than the rental agreement. The rental listing agreement, it's a whole separate agreement. And we will be holding another class for that. Property management responsibility for the agent would be to market and promote the properties on social media once you take the listing. The agent's also responsible for coordinating and facilitating housekeeping. So housekeeping is an option for the owner. So if the homeowner has its own house cleaner, that person can clean the house for the owner. We just have to have someone there to facilitate that, either open the property up for that person, or the owner can choose to have one of our service providers go and clean the property in their behalf. So your job as an agent is to go facilitate. So you set up the appointment, you coordinate the times and the date that that's going to take place, and then you have the home available for the person that's going to go clean the property to access the property. Okay. We also do that for repairs. So the owner can choose their own person who's going to make repairs to the property, or they can hire one of our service providers, and we will send a service provider to go give them a bid, and then if the owner agrees and approves the bid, then your job as a property manager is to facilitate and make the property available for the repair person to go enter the property and do the necessary repairs. Now, the property owner gets billed separately by the office for the cost of repairs and for the cost of cleaning and maintenance. Okay? Let me move right along down the list. Landlord market consultant. So as a property manager and a rental specialist, it's your duty to know how much per square meter are the rents in any given neighborhood or city or any given area, so that you can consult with the property owner on how much we can market the property for rent, so that it is rentable and that it is full all the time. Move-in and walkout condition report. The move-in and walkout condition report is a separate form that you fill out regarding the condition of the property when the tenant is going to occupy it, and then right before they vacate the property as well. And then you're supposed to forward a copy of that to the property owner. Okay? Receive tenant calls. Once you have the property occupied with tenants, any complaints or concerns that the tenant may have, it is your responsibility to communicate with that tenant. For this, I recommend that you have a separate phone just for tenants, so that in the event that you do have work with sales and selling homes and helping buyers, you keep those calls separate, because believe me, the calls from tenants will be overwhelming, and sometimes you just want to get away from those calls, and there's no way to screen who is calling. Let me see. It is also your responsibility as the property manager to upload the properties on Reconnect and market them as for rent, and make sure that once they are rented, you remove them. And the property manager is to get a contract for management services with the owner, and you are to provide monthly reports. For example, if it's an apartment complex, then let's say it's got 10 units, then every month you have to get a report from the accountant, and then as far as the rents, how many units were rented, how many rents were collected. So you receive that report from the accountant, and you send the property owner a copy of that report. There's also an annual report at the end of the year, and you will need to send them a copy of that. So you must put on your calendar a reminder so that you don't forget to do these things. Okay, otherwise you will not be able to run your property management efficiently, and then you will be removed and lose the right to do property management. The biggest complaint of property owners is that their agents do not communicate with them, and we do not want to be known for not communicating with our agents. I mean, with our clients. And then I'm going to do another little video to discuss payment structure of property management on the next video. Stay tuned.